You earn more than you did a year ago, maybe even more than you ever have before. So why does it still feel like there's nothing left at the end of the month? Not because you're careless and not because you're bad with money, but because the system you're operating in quietly adjusts your lifestyle faster than your income can catch up. Take a pretty normal example in the United States or Europe, someone earning around $70,000 a year. After taxes, that drops to roughly $4,200 a month. Now subtract $1,600 for rent or a modest mortgage, $450 for a car payment, $200 for insurance, $300 for groceries, $150 for utilities, $100 for subscriptions, and another $300 to $500 for eating out, small upgrades, and just this once purchases. Without doing anything extreme, they're already left with almost nothing. And if there's student loan payments, credit card balances, or even a single unexpected expense, the gap gets filled with debt. The strange part is, from the outside, this person looks like they're doing well. Stable job, decent car, nice apartment, occasional travel, maybe even saving a little. But internally, it feels tight. Not because the income is low, but because every increase in income quietly unlocked a new level of spending. This is the part most people miss. When your salary goes up, your definition of normal upgrades with it. A slightly better apartment feels reasonable. Financing a car instead of buying used feels justified. Paying for convenience, food delivery, subscriptions, faster services, starts to feel necessary, not optional. And none of these decisions feel wrong in isolation. In fact, they feel earned. That's where the real problem begins. Because financially, each of these choices locks in a fixed monthly cost. And fixed costs are what remove flexibility. If you break it down, a $450 car payment isn't just $450. Over 5 years, that's $27,000, often for something that loses value the entire time. Add interest, insurance, and maintenance, and the real cost is even higher. The same goes for upgrading rent by even $300 more per month. That's $3,600 a year, or $18,000 over 5 years, just for a slightly nicer space that quickly becomes your new baseline. When you combine multiple upgrades like this, your income doesn't feel bigger. It just feels already spent. Psychologically, this happens because humans don't measure wealth in absolute numbers. They measure it relative to their environment. If your peers are upgrading, you feel behind if you don't. If your income increases, your brain expects your lifestyle to reflect it. And over time, you stop questioning these upgrades because they blend into your identity. You're no longer choosing them, you're maintaining them. The long-term effect is subtle but powerful. You stay in a position where your expenses grow with your income, which means your ability to build real wealth never accelerates. Even high earners can stay stuck here for decades, constantly earning more but never gaining financial breathing room. And the risk isn't just about not getting rich. It's about losing flexibility. A job becomes harder to leave. A risk becomes harder to take. Time becomes something you trade, not something you control. Now compare this to how financially aware people tend to think. They don't avoid spending completely, and they don't live in extreme restriction, but they treat income increases differently. When their earnings go up, they resist the urge to immediately upgrade fixed costs. They understand that every recurring expense is a long-term commitment, not just a monthly decision. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" they ask, "What will this cost me over the next 5 years? And what flexibility am I giving up?" That single shift changes everything. Because the goal isn't to look successful in the short term, it's to build a system where your money starts creating space instead of pressure. And once you see it clearly, the feeling of being broke, despite earning well, starts to make sense. It's not a mystery. It's just math mixed with human behavior. If this made you think differently about your own situation, you can subscribe for more videos like this.